Hey guys, so in the previous video we saw the undefined terms in the mathematical system, right? So today we are going to see the defined terms. Yeah, so let's straight go into the subject, right? So we saw points, lines and planes as undefined terms, right? So now for the defined terms we will start with the points, right? From the points what we can define, right? Okay, fine. So the points are, there are two types of points. One is collinear points and coplanar points, right? What does it mean? Collinear points means any points that lies on a straight line. That is a collinear point. So let me write it down. Collinear points, right? What it means is that, right, any point, any line that you can pick up and you want to mention a point. For example, point J is in line Y and B, maybe YB, right? Yes, it is a straight line, but you're talking about this point. Or you can pick up any point. If you pick up Y, then you can say it is line JB, right? So is a collinear point in line, is a collinear point in line YB, right? Because when you represent a line, you can pick up any 2 points and then put the arrow, the line symbol here, right? You can pick up any 2 points to represent the line, as long as the points are on the same line itself. And for example, if you say this C, the point C is not in this line, right? For example, that is on the road 3, the line road 3. These points are on road 1 itself. Yes, they are connected, but it is not in the straight line. Got it? Okay, so better example will be, let's take this P1. Does it anyway related to this line? No. So this is not a collinear point to the line JY or line YB or line BL. You can use any 2 points to address this entire line. Yeah, as long as they are in the same line. Got it? Okay, fine. So the P1 or the P2 or the C or the R and this one is M, point M, they are not a collinear point to this line. Yeah. At the same time, if you take this Y as a point, this is not a collinear point to the line RM, because that's a different line. It goes in a different direction. Got it? Yeah? Got it, right? Okay, yeah. So as long as the point is in the same line, it's a collinear point. Now let's come to the coplanar point. Coplanar point. So what does it mean? Say collinear point means it's sitting on the line. Coplanar points means, yes, it is within the same plane. Yes, exactly, right? See, now let's take the swimming pool plane, right? The plane S, right? Plane S. So coplanar points, right? Okay, so point A, B, C are coplanar points. A, B, C are coplanar points, right? Because they are inside the same plane. Got it? Yeah. Okay, so now let's see. I'll give you another example. Now let's take the whole subdivision, the whole town that you're living as a plane. How many coplanar points that you can address here? Think through it. Yes, you see all the points that you can see are the coplanar points in that case, right? See, point J, P, A, B, C, and then this P2, C, Y, and then inside all these points, whatever the points that you are seeing, they are all inside this plane. So they are actually coplanar points. And what it means is that inside a coplanar point, inside a plane, there can be collinear points as well. Now what do I mean by that, right? Inside a plane, 3 points can form a straight line. See, this forms a straight, let me make it better. Alright, 1, 2, 3, right? Maybe let me use a scale, yes, to make it straight. Yeah. right? Okay, so this one, inside a plane there can be collinear points also, because inside a plane there can be a line, and the points that you see, maybe this one we use E, F and G, these three people, they are on the same line. So this is a line inside the plane. What it means is that inside a plane there can be collinear points as well, right? The collinear points and coplanar points can coexist, right? But just that not all the points can be a collinear points unless they fall in a straight line. Got it? Okay, so the next one that we see is about lines. Now we saw the points, next we will see about lines. Yeah, so in the lines, right, in the lines, now I'll use a different color, right? For lines, right, there are line segments. First, to start with, line segments. Yeah, what is a line segment? Is a point. Yeah, if from a line, if you're taking a subset of the line, that is the line segment. Segmenting means what, right? Just cutting them into smaller size, right? That is what segmenting means, right? Got it? So now in this case, if from point J to point Y, that is a segment of the line, right? From point Y to B, that is another segment, right? So that is line segment, right? Which is J, Y, and we put a line without arrow. That is how we represent, as segment. Got it? Yeah, okay. So now same thing here. If we say this one, we'll come to this one later. See, in the same line we have another segment YB, and then we have another segment BL. So BL is another segment, not line, is a segment. So segment as well. From J to L also is a segment. JL is also a segment. Got it? Yeah. A segment is, by definition, yeah, by definition, it has 2 points from a particular line, right? Between 2 points. Yeah. So that is what line segment is. And the next one is rays. Line, in the line we see rays. Ray. What is ray? Do you know what is a ray? What is a ray? Ray is something that comes from the light. That's what we know, right? But what it means is that it has a starting point. From the light, when the ray goes out, it goes everywhere as long as it is in the open space, right? For example, you have a torch light, you go out in the night, you turn it on, the light starts from you, but you don't know where it ends. It keeps going in the open space, right? So that is what a ray means, right? When it comes to line, any point that you pick up as a starting point, and you look in either of the directions, either from here you look at this direction from this starting point, this side it never ends, it goes infinitely, right? Okay, so by definition what it says is that it has one point, right, as a starting point, and the other side of the ray it goes infinitely. So that is what the definition from a line, right? Okay, so how do we represent that is, right, we pick up any 2 points, right, any 2 points, for example J and Y, right, J, Y, and then we put the direction towards which we want to represent the ray. Because in this case J is a starting point, it goes through Y and it has no end. That's what it means. We put the arrow towards only one direction. Yeah. Now you can pick up YB or JL also. Let's say JL. If we want to use J as a starting point, right, and it is a ray, then it starts from J and going towards this side. We are not worried about this side part of the line. Yeah, we are worried about only the starting point. We take only the starting point. It can be any point, even Y, B, L, anything that you can take it, but you just need to take another point to represent the ray. Yeah, but if you want to represent, say for example this one, you see here, this is a ray as well, right? Because we did not mark another point, we can use R3. R3 is is a ray also, because the other side it is ending here, right? That's why it is a ray, because in this direction it is going never endingly. So that is a ray also. Got it? So for in any line you take a starting point and the other side it never ends in the direction it goes infinitely is called a ray. Got it? Right? Okay, fine. So let's go to the next one in the lines, which is a parallel lines, right? Parallel lines. What is parallel lines? What is parallel? Something that is parallel, right? Yeah. Let's see here. You see here, the road 1, which is this line 1, is parallel to this one, right? By definition, it says that parallel lines are lines in a plane that do not intersect anywhere. So that is the definition, right? Okay. You see here, this line and this line doesn't matter how far you go, it will never intersect, right? Means they will never cross to each other, right? So that is why they are called parallel lines. And how do we represent that in writing in geometry is, this line is R1. R1 is parallel to R2. R2. This is the sign that we use to represent, yeah, parallel. These two lines are parallel. Or you can pick up 2 points similar to this one. We represented using line, right? You can use 2 letters and then put the arrow like this, okay? JY is a line which is parallel to, if we have 2 points here, maybe K, and then here we have M, then we can say K M. This line is parallel to this line, or we can say using this letter, because this is a line, we use this sign as well. Don't forget that. Yeah. Okay, fine. So that is parallel lines. So the next one is perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines, that, you know, by definition, any 2 lines are said to be perpendicular if they intersect and form a right angle. What is a right angle? Do you know? A right angle is an angle that is of 90 degree, right? 90 degree. Yeah. Okay. You see here, this road 1 is a line, right? And you see road 4 is another line. They intersect. Maybe there is a traffic light. Yeah, here. Traffic light here. Yeah. Okay. So now when they intersect using a 90 degree angle, right? So that is why they are perpendicular to each other. These 2 lines are perpendicular. Got it? Yeah. So how do we represent perpendicular lines? Don't worry about this handwriting, guys. I will also be displaying what I'm actually writing anyway. So R1, right? R1, which is the line, right? How do we represent the symbol, right? We use this symbol to represent it is perpendicular to R4, line R4. Or you can use this way also, right? For example, JY line is perpendicular to line RM. Line RM, right? So that is what perpendicular line means. Yeah, got it? Okay, so the next one is midpoint of line segment. What it means is that a point on a line segment that divides it into 2 equal parts, 2 equal points, right? What it means is that a point that divides a line segment into 2 equal parts. For example, let's take this one. I'll use a different color. Okay, so let's take this point. Let's mark it as M, because it's a middle point, right? Don't be confused with all this M that I'm using. Just follow me closely. Yeah. Okay. So this is a middle point in this line segment, right? This is a point. Don't worry about this ray, this line as well. So this is a midpoint where this line is connected. So this is a point, right? Now this is a line segment, right? J to Y is a segment of the entire line. So in this segment you take a point M, right? Point M. It divides this segment into two parts equally, right? This one, if you measure this one and this one, they'll be equal, right? Okay, so now how do we write it in a mathematical term is that M is a midpoint to JY, line segment JY. We don't put arrow for the segment, right? JY. In that case, right, what it means is that JM is equal to MY. What it means is that JM segment is equal to MY segment, right? Yeah, because M is dividing this segment into two parts, two equal parts, so both have to be equal. Or in mathematical terms or in geometry, how you will represent is JM line segment congruent or equal to, for congruent you use the tilde symbol, right? Congruent to MY, congruent or equal to the MY, right? Okay, so that is some of the defined terms on the points and the lines, right? For this video I'll stop here, because in the next video I'm going to continue about lines, but the lines that is forming angles, right? That's why I want to stop here. So let's meet in the next video to continue the defined terms, but we will learn more about angles. Yeah, thanks for watching.